This is John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. In this episode, we're going to show you guys the January Juice Challenge that's being sponsored by Nama on Instagram. So check out my Instagram, my personal Instagram at Growing Your Greens, where I'm going to post a story, and every day you're going to have a specific recipe listed in the story that Nama wants you to make so that it makes juicing a habit. Whether you already own a Nama or not, they want you guys to start juicing because they know that there's power in numbers. And if everybody in the community starts to juice, right, we're going to have some collective motivation to all juice and to all stick with it for only 5 days. They have specifically tailored recipes, one recipe each day that you could make and that you could check off on Instagram, as well as follow them and make some kind of share or comment and post a picture. And then you will be able to win one of 5 Nama J2 juicers. Whether you're already juicing and own a Nama, you could have a spare to give to a friend or family member, coworker, or if you have another brand juicer and you win, well, then you will get to upgrade to my favorite juicer, the Nama J2, which is the juicer style I use in my house to make all my juices. Actually, yesterday was a big juice day for me. I juiced 14 quarts, including a green juice, including a pineapple, orange, ginger juice with jicama yesterday, so that I could drink 1 juice a day. And that's what Nama really wants for you guys. They want you guys to get into the habit of drinking just 1 juice a day. In my personal opinion, 1 juice a day will do a lot more for you over the course of a year than a 40-day juice fast that you go on and then you lose a bunch of weight, but then it doesn't really teach you how to eat healthy, right? Getting 1 juice a day in will propel you and get you moving forward, taking a step in the right direction to include more fresh fruits and vegetables in your life. So I want you guys to head over to Instagram right now and check out the Nama 5-day juice challenge right now so that you guys don't miss out and you could win one of 5 Nama J2 juicers. The reason I'm making this video for all you out there in YouTube land is because I also want you guys to get into the habit of drinking 1 juice a day. 1 juice a day can change your life over the course of a year. I mean, if you just stop drinking your coffee and start drinking juice, or stop drinking soda and then turn to drinking fresh juices instead, you're going to catapult your health into the next level. And that's what I do on a regular and everyday basis. I usually drink at least 2 juices a day. Sometimes it's 3 different juices in a day. And when I drink a juice, it's usually about a quart of juice. That being said, if you guys are just starting, hey, 16 ounces of juice is just great. If you could handle more, great. And if not, that's great too. But, you know, me on the other hand, I've been juicing now for 29 years straight. I started my business Discount Juicers 26 years ago to save you guys money on juicers. And if you guys don't already own my favorite juicer, the Nama J2 juicer, before I go on, I want to show you guys how you guys can get the lowest price on the Nama J2 by using the coupon code ONEADAY, that's ONEADAY, because I want you guys to drink 1 juice a day. And with the Nama J2, it makes juicing 1 juice a day, whether you want to make it once a day or whether you want to make bulk juice and make 7 days worth of juice in just an hour or so, you could do it in the Nama J2 juicer. This juicer, they're shipping worldwide with free shipping now in the European Union, actually, as well as free shipping in the continental United States at Namawell.com. Make sure you guys use that coupon code ONEADAY. That'll save you guys $55 off the juicer. That also has a 15-year warranty. Now, when you guys use that coupon code, not only will you save 10%, but more importantly, Nama will also share with me a small commission so I can continue to buy my produce, make these educational videos for you guys to share with you guys my personal experiences, tips, and share with you guys the pros and cons of every juicers, as well as all my many comparison juicers, so I can ensure you guys buy the right juicer for you. I'd hate to have you guys buy a juicer that's not optimized for your specific style. For my specific juicing style, the Nama J2 is it. So I want to thank you guys who will use my coupon code, or for those of you guys have used my coupon code in the past. So what I'm going to do in this episode is share my 5 recipes with you guys that I want you guys to make 1 a day after the Nama juice challenge is over, or even you could do their juice challenge and then also have a second juice in the day and make one of these recipes, right? When I make recipes on my channel, it's not made by some marketing department that just puts together recipes willy-nilly so that maybe they taste good or that maybe, I don't know, people drink them, right? I specifically formulate my specific recipes for their health benefits. If you guys look at all these different trays I have set up, right, they all contain something red or purple. And I don't just do this willy-nilly, I do this for very specific reasons because I look at the published science. For example, here's a published scientific paper. I'll put a link down below so you guys can read it yourself, and it's titled Anthocyanins and Anthocyanins, Colored Pigments as Food, Pharmaceutical Ingredients, and the Potential Health Benefits. And it says anthocyanins are colored water-soluble pigments belonging to the phenolonic group. Anthocyanins responsible for the colors red, purple, and blue are in fruits and vegetables, right? So what did we learn? We learned that the colored pigments that make the vegetables purple are called anthocyanins, and they're water soluble. That means when you juice them and you're getting the juice, which is basically filtered water by the plant, you're going to get the anthocyanins in the juice. Further down on the abstract, it says scientific studies such as cell culture studies, animal models, and human clinical trials show that anthocyanins and anthocyanins possess antioxidant and antimicrobial activities, improve visual and neurological health, and protect against various non-communicable diseases. You know, I've seen studies where, you know, the anthocyanins help with weight loss, and they could help with heart health, they could help with brain health, they could help with so many things, but yet most people that share with you guys recipes will leave them out. That's why today I want to focus on 5 recipes that all have anthocyanins or other purple or red pigments such as the betalains in the beets that are very powerful and can benefit us due to the plant phytonutrients in there. Of course, my recipes are also seasonal whenever possible. So of course I go out to my backyard and harvest fresh produce. I'll go to local farms and buy produce there, and go to local markets and buy organic produce as well. Some of these are actually from local farms in my area that are in season right now. So I always want to encourage you guys to try to juice seasonally and find what's the freshest, what's the best. Those produce items are generally going to be less expensive because they're in season and they're available in mass abundance. That will also save you money, but more importantly, that produce is going to be a lot fresher than produce that has to get shipped in from very far away. So let's just go over my 5 recipes with you guys right now. First recipe, and I'm making them really simple for you guys. All these recipes have 4 ingredients, right? And will produce about 1 glass or a little bit over 16 ounces of juice. And that's how much juice I want you guys to drink every single day. I want to encourage you guys to rotate through the different recipes because, you know, I know there's some people out there in YouTube land or even in the public that'll say drink celery juice every morning or drink this juice every morning, and hey, it's great, you're getting the nutrients from celery, but if you drink celery juice every morning, that's a missed opportunity to drink red cabbage juice or to drink purple carrot juice or to drink, you know, purple sweet potatoes. So I always want you guys to change up the recipes because every different plant has different levels of vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and different nutrients that are going to feed our body and do something a little bit different. And if you always load up on celery, then in my opinion, you're missing out on the spice of life. So keep your life spicy and eat a whole host of different fruits and vegetables. All right, so let's get into these recipes. So first recipe is simply half of a red cabbage, very important red cabbage. They're a lot more nutritious than the standard green cabbage. We have 1 apple for sweetness, and then we have about a 1-inch piece of ginger. You could use a 1/2-inch piece of ginger if 1 inch is too strong for you. And then we have this, which is a root vegetable. This is known as the jicama. I have it peeled, but if you should find it in the store, they look like this. This is the full-size jicama unpeeled. They come in many different sizes. This is a smaller one. And the reason why I love the jicama is because it can be a high nitric oxide food, so it can increase your nitric oxide production. In addition, it also adds a lot of nice, mellow flavored water content filtered by the jicama plant. In addition, it also has beneficial prebiotic fibers in there that can, you know, help our gut bacteria to be a lot healthier than where it is. In addition, These prebiotic fibers are like fructooleosaccharides, which actually taste sweet to us, but have no sugar impact in our bloodstream because they're digested by our bacteria. So that's why, and my goal is to actually get more vegetables in me and actually minimize our fruits. So what you're not going to see here are, recipes that have lots of fruits, unless there's a few exceptions that you'll see in a minute. But I don't want you guys to juice fruits. Fruits are simple enough to eat. They taste so good. But how many of you guys are going to take a head of red cabbage and just start chewing on it like an apple, or take a jicama and even bite into it like an apple? Probably not many of you guys. And that's why I love juicing so much. So that's the first recipe. Next recipe is another very important recipe. It has the purple carrots. Purple carrots are way more nutritious than the orange ones. I encourage you guys to seek out purple carrots whenever you guys could find them, maybe at your local farmer's market. A better organic health food store may sell them. Trader Joe's, Sprouts Farmers Market, even Whole Foods will sell basically a multicolored carrot bag. So I want you guys to go into the store and find the bag that has mostly purple with a few of the other ones and buy that bag. In addition, besides the purple carrots, which are a powerhouse of nutrition, of course, we have the jicama to add more vegetables so we could have less fruit. But we also have 2 oranges. You're like thinking, John, those don't look like oranges. Right. These are not orange because I've cut off the orange coloring off the skin, but I've left all the white pith. Very important, guys. When you guys juice oranges, I want you guys to leave the white pith. Lots of bioflavonoids, hesperidin or rutin in there. That's definitely, and pectin. That's a good fiber for us, but very nutritious as well. Most people just squeeze the liquid out of oranges. I call that orange water. When you're juicing oranges with the white pith and all, you're going to get a much more delicious, nutritious juice that's not quite as sweet. And then, of course, finally in this recipe, we also have 1 big 2-inch piece of turmeric. I encourage you guys to go strong on the turmeric. While it does have a unique flavor to it, you could put a lot more turmeric in to your recipes than the ginger. Ginger, you got to really be cautious. Don't put too much. Turmeric, you could go to town, especially if you could find the organic turmeric from Fiji. This is Fijian turmeric. It's a lot more mild than other standard Indian style turmerics out there. That's the second recipe. Third recipe, once again, what are all these recipes having in common? They all have purple foods in there, right? Purple. We also have purple sweet potatoes. Yes, you can juice purple sweet potatoes, which can also be eaten raw. Do not juice traditional potatoes. They're not supposed to be eaten raw. So we have 2 purple sweet potatoes. We have 1 small piece of ginger, maybe an inch piece. Of course, we have the jicama in there. Add some nice water content. And for this one to make it a little bit sweet, we have about 3/4 of a pineapple, approximately. Next recipe up is the beet recipe. So the beets, we got 2 beets in here. Beets contain betalains, which are highly nutritious. Also could help you with the nitric oxide production. We also have 1 jicama. We also have 1 piece of 2-inch turmeric. And we have about 1/4 to 1/2 of a small pineapple for sweetness. So as you guys can see, my goal is to get more vegetables. And okay, yeah, we'll put a little fruit in there just to make it taste sweet, taste good. And for some of you guys that are hardcore, you could just leave out the apple, right? You could leave out the oranges. You could leave out the pineapple. You could just have these other items. And if you're going to do that, then actually just add more jicama. That'll make it taste sweet. All right, now the final recipe is actually more of a fruit-based recipe, but it's the exception to my rule because on this recipe, we have pomegranate arrows. Pomegranate arrows, right? They are also contain anthocyanins and are quite healthy. They're not super sweet like, an orange or something, but they're really delicious. And when you juice the arrows like this with the seeds, the juicer will extract some of the nutrients and essential fats from the seeds to put in the juice, and it'll make the juice taste a lot better than just the, pressed out pomegranate juice that is normally sold. In addition, we have 1 jicama, add some nice water content, prebiotic fibers. We have 2 smaller oranges, once again with the white pith on, and we have about a 1-inch piece of ginger. So these are all 5 recipes that I'm making right now for you guys. That being said, I don't want you guys to make all these recipes at one time. I want you guys to make 1 a day, but if you do make them all in one time, you could vacuum seal them. Link down below my video on how to batch juice with the Namawell. It'll save you time, so you could invest an hour on a weekend day and have basically 5 juices to drink during the week. So without further ado, let's get juicing. So I think we're going to juice the cabbage recipe first. So I mean, while you could put in, whole ingredients into the J2, like this whole cabbage will fit in, I encourage you guys actually not to do that. I'd encourage you guys to cut the cabbage into smaller pieces. That's going to help the juicer be more efficient, and actually you could load up the whole recipe at once in the hopper if things are cut a little bit smaller. We're going to dump about half of the red cabbage in there. Next up, we're going to take the ginger and I'm going to slice this into little pieces against the grain, maybe 1/4-inch pieces. That's going to help the machine work on the ginger a bit better. We're going to go ahead and take the jicama and slice this up into some slices as well. I'm going to drop about half of those in there. Then we're going to go ahead and take our apple and cut our apple into 9 pieces. I personally don't mind juicing the apple seeds every once in a while myself, although they do contain cyanide and you may want to remove them if you want to be cautious. Alright, so the only thing you need to do on the Nama J2 is load up this hopper. Let's see if we can fit everything. Doesn't look like we're going to fit everything in the hopper, but we're just going to go ahead and shut the hopper, turn this machine on, and let the juicer go to town. The amazing thing I love about the Nama J2 is that unlike most juicers, you got to sit there and push each item in. You can just fill the hopper up, and now I can literally walk away and let the juicer do all the work with me not even being here. Alright, so as you guys can see, the Nama J2 juiced all that beautifully. We've made some really nice, rich, delicious purple juice for us to drink. Now before I go on, I want to share with you guys actually a special giveaway. So while Nama is giving away 5 Nama J2 juicers on Instagram, if you participate in their 5 a day challenge here in January, Discount Juicers and Nama is giving an additional single juicer to one of you guys out there. So to enter this contest, which is separate from the Nama contest, right? You guys want to make one of these recipes. I just made one recipe, so you got to have a juicer. If you don't have a juicer, that's all right. You can basically take the same ingredients, throw it in a blender with a little water and blend it up. Don't recommend that unless you don't have a juicer. I recommend you guys juice the vegetables because it makes a much better consistency and more nutritious juice doing it in a slow juicer than a high-speed blender. And then you want to head over to my Instagram post right down below. I'll put a link as the first comment and in the description. Go to that and follow me on Instagram at Growing Your Greens. In addition, leave a comment that say, I'm entering, and then on your Instagram, very important, you have to do this, you have to make one of these recipes, take a picture with your phone showing that you've made it, so that when I pull the winner, I'm going to make sure they're following me. You'll have to comment, and I'm going to check your Instagram. That has to be public. To see that you actually made one of these purple juices, and you may win. So in my opinion, you're going to have a lot better chances of winning the Discount Juicers and Nama giveaway, where you got to make one of these recipes, post it to Instagram, leave a comment, and follow me on Instagram versus, the 5 juicers that Nama's given out to the whole community, world, whatever in the country through all the affiliates they work with, all right? So yeah, I want you guys to enter and win. So let's see, let's show you guys what we made. This first juice, the cabbage jicama juice with apple. Look at this. Look at that nice, rich, deep purple color, guys. This purple color is going to do a lot for you guys to build up your health. All right, so I got a little bit of extra I get to try. All right, to your health, the power of purple. Wow. I'm tasting a lot of the ginger, so don't put that much ginger. If you're sensitive to ginger, maybe put about a ½ inch piece instead of a full inch. This juice to me, not super sweet. I mean, to me, this tastes fine. I'm used to drinking like purple cabbage and all these things. I love this juice. It's like nice, mild. I'm really getting that ginger punch. I don't really get a strong cabbage flavor. And that's the goal of adding the jicama and the apple to kind of dilute the strong cabbage flavor that, pretty much is a lot of like more mild water color. That was delicious. All right, now for the next recipe, which is the carrot, jicama, orange, and turmeric. On the turmeric, you don't really need to cut up into small slices like the ginger because they don't have all the fibers in there. What I would recommend for you guys on the turmeric is to juice the turmeric first. Turmeric, the organic turmeric that I buy is like $15 to $20 a pound. So I really want to maximize the nutrition I get out of the turmeric. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to go ahead and throw it in the juicer first, turn the machine on and let it run. We're going to get out the turmeric juice out of the turmeric, very important. Then I'm going to go ahead and put a few bits of jicama in the juicer to try to push that turmeric pulp through the machine to get it to come out where the pulp comes out. I like to use the jicama because it's white, so I can clearly see the difference of the white pulp coming out versus the orange turmeric pulp coming out. So you guys can see the turmeric pulp is coming out over here. All right, so once we got a nice stream of white pulp coming out, I'll go ahead and flick that down. If you guys look at the pulp catch bin, you guys could clearly see we have the, orange turmeric pulp that came out. So we're gonna go ahead and take that orange pulp and drop it back in the machine. You guys could do this with purple carrots. I've done this with purple carrots too, but because turmeric is significantly more expensive than the other ingredients that I use, I like to make sure I'm extracting the most. So I just run that through the machine a second time to get a further extract. And then we're just gonna go ahead and load up the juicer like normal. You don't have to pre-cut carrots into smaller pieces. I like to cut the carrots into smaller pieces. It makes the juicer more efficient, so you could actually load more into the hopper at one time. And then so then you don't have to keep reloading it. In addition, it'll shorten the overall juice time. If you put in whole carrots, then the processing blade's job is to cut the carrots from the big pieces into smaller ones, and you could save the processing blade a lot more time by just cutting the carrots up yourself. And of course, we want to go ahead and put the oranges in. I think I'll cut the oranges into 8 pieces to make them process a little bit more quickly. All right, as you guys can see, we got this whole recipe in the hopper, the J2. We're just gonna go ahead and turn the machine on, and now I get to walk away and let the juicer do all the hard work. Alright, so as you guys can see, the Namawell J2 handled this recipe without any problems as well. I always like to, mix this up a little bit. And let's go ahead and show you guys what we made this time. Purple carrot, jicama, orange, and turmeric. Look at that nice juice. Now for the extra boost, I want you guys always, when juicing turmeric, to add a little bit of ground black pepper before you drink it and mix it in. This will help you get more curcuminoids in you to get more of the health benefits. We're going to go ahead and try this recipe for you guys on the camera. All right, to your health. Wow. I definitely taste the turmeric in there. I like the taste of turmeric. Once again, the Fijian turmeric, a lot more mild than regular turmeric that can taste a lot stronger. Right now, the Fijian turmeric is available at your local Trader Joe's and maybe even the Sprouts Farmers Market. This has a really nice flavor. I'm tasting predominantly the turmeric. I taste the sweetness of the orange. The carrots don't really have a flavor. Neither does the jicama. So I'm pretty much tasting like the strongness of the turmeric with the orange. It's a delicious juice nonetheless. All right, we're ready for our next recipe. And for the next recipe, we're going to actually juice the beets with jicama, turmeric, and the pineapple. Pineapple is one of the worst fruits you guys could juice if you want to have more fiber in your juice. Pineapple only has about 10% soluble fiber. Meanwhile, jicama has lots of soluble fiber that does end up in the juice. So you get the benefits of, yes, fiber even when you're juicing. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this up in a little bit smaller pieces and load up the juicer. All right, so it looks like this recipe also easily fit in the Namawell J2. Let's go ahead and shut the lid and turn it on, and I'm going to walk away and let the machine do all the hard work while I clean up some of the trays. Alright, so as you guys can see, the Namawell J2 juiced that juice as well. Super simple, super easy. I'm going to show you guys what we got here. A nice, deep, rich red juice. What are you noticing? All John Kohler's juices are deeply colored, deeply pigmented, like the red, deep orange, or purple. We got a bunch of this juice to try, so I can't wait. To your health. Wow. I didn't think I'd like this juice as much as I do. Actually, of all the juices so far, This juice I love the best. I mean, I'm tasting the sweetness of the pineapple, just a really mild beet flavor. The jicama just adds a lot of water content without changing the flavor. It's just really mild. And then in this recipe, the turmeric is blended in. You barely even taste the turmeric. And once again, you guys want to add some of the black pepper to any recipe that contains turmeric, so you guys get better anti-inflammatory properties out of the turmeric. All right, next up, we're gonna go ahead and make the purple sweet potato juice, guys. Purple sweet potatoes, jicama, a little bit of ginger, and once again, pineapple. This recipe has a bit more pineapple than the beets because sweet potatoes aren't quite as sweet as the beets are. So we're gonna go ahead and cut open the sweet potato to show you guys what it looks like, nice and rich purple. I encourage you guys to seek out the purple sweet potatoes if you guys can find them. If you guys don't have purple sweet potatoes, you know, then hey, you could use the orange ones, but I highly encourage you guys to find the purple ones. They should be available at most better stores near you. And once again, we're gonna load this machine up. I like to just basically mix the ingredients, so put a little bit of each one in at a time. That'll help the juicer work a little bit better. All right, rest of the ingredients going in the Nama J2, and my favorite part about using the J2 is I shut the lid, turn the juicer on, and now I get to walk away and let the juicer do all the work without me while you guys watch. Alright, so as you guys can see, the Nama J2 juiced the purple sweet potato recipe without any problems. Once again, we're going to go ahead and turn the machine off, and we're going to show you guys what we got here. Look at this nice juice here. Woohoo, look at that nice, deep, rich purple color. Right now, the most fun I get is to try the purple juice I just made. Purple sweet potato juice coming right out. Right, to your health. Wow. Oh, that one needed the ginger. Woo. Just enough ginger in there. Oh, man, puts a smile on my face. I love that flavor. The purple sweet potato has a bit more like starch in it. So the mouthfeel is more like thicker and creamier if I had to describe it. I really love this. To me, the amount of ginger is perfect. Has the right amount of pineapple as well. So it's just, you know, sweet enough, but not overly sweet. To me, the dominant flavor is mostly the ginger. So if you don't like ginger, put like a ½ inch piece instead of a full inch like I do. But hey, ginger is one of the most anti-inflammatory roots you guys can juice. You know, in some cases even better than turmeric, and actually it's a lot less expensive too. So that's why I like to use it a lot. Nonetheless, this juice is absolutely amazing. All right, so we've made 4 juices so far. Now on to the last 5th juice. Day 5, you get to reward yourself with some pomegranates. So we got pomegranate arrows, 2 oranges, a jicama, and once again, another 1-inch long piece of the ginger. I always like to have ginger on hand, and I add it to many of the juices that I make. So to juice this recipe, the first step is we're just gonna dump in all the pomegranate arrows. All right, next up, we're just gonna go ahead and slice the jicama into long matchsticks. We're gonna drop about half of those in there. We're going to once again slice up our ginger into little pieces so the strings don't get caught in the machine. We're going to chop our oranges into 8 pieces so that way it doesn't get impaled. Now we just get to add the rest to the juicer. All right, my favorite part, shut the lid, turn it on, and I'm out of here. As you guys can see, the Nama J2 ripped through that recipe really fast. Sometimes the ingredients like carrots can take a little bit more longer to process, but pomegranate arrows, softer consistency, and oranges right through the machine. Made a delicious juice. I'm going to show you guys what we got and the amazing color on the pomegranate juice here. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. It looks so close to the sweet potato juice next to it. And of course, I get to have some as well to try for you guys on camera. All right, to your health. Wow. I mean, I'm going to say that's the sweetest of the juices for sure. But it's not super sweet because you got like the tartness of the pomegranate tempered by the spiciness of the ginger at the same time. It's definitely a good juice. Super healthy too. There's lots of research on the benefits of the pomegranate. All right, so there you guys have it. We made 5 juices, and I want you guys to make one of these recipes for each of 5 days, because when you start juicing once a day for 5 days, hopefully it becomes a habit. So you're going to juice for the 6th day, the 7th day, the 8th day. Feel free to make your own recipes or do variants of any of these, or just use the same recipes and rotate through these. These are some of the healthiest juice recipes that I've ever formulated, all based on having deep, rich red and purple colors that are more nutritious than other vegetables that are lightly colored. Although you don't want to just drink the purple vegetables, you want to drink vegetables of all colors. I encourage you guys to eat and juice the rainbow. Of course, if you guys want to win your very own Nama J2 juicer, you want to check the my Instagram stories at Growing Your Greens for the Nama giveaway and do their 5-a-day challenge with their recipes. Complete each day and you'll be entered to win one of 5 Nama juicers. And if you guys want to enter the Discount Juicers and Namawell promotion, you guys have to make one of these recipes, post it to your public Instagram as a picture, and then also comment on my post where you see all these amazing recipes, and tell me which juice you made and why. And of course, follow me on my personal Instagram at Growing Your Greens. If you do that, you'll have the best chance of winning a Nama J2 juicer for yourself, so you can make all these juices simply and easily. Another thing I want to mention before I go is I'm seeing the juices are separating to some extent. Juice separation is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, there's 2 main reasons why the juices separate. Number 1 is if there's air in the juices will separate more, such as when you use a high-speed juicer. That being said, the second reason for juices separating is because the particle size. The Nama J2 puts different particle sizes in the juices, some small, some bigger. If you use the sieve, you'll take out some of the bigger particles and then the juice will separate less if you just don't like the visual appearance of it separating. That being said, you may also see starch, kind of sink to the bottom. So in the purple sweet potato or the jicama juices, you'll see like this white kind of like powder stuff like float to the bottom. That's the starch and the prebiotic fibers that are good for you to drink. So just shake it up, get it back in solution, drink them on up. So in this case, the separation is just the particle size, and it's not a bad thing in my opinion, but you do want to stir it up before you drink them to make sure all the particles are in solution so you can get the benefits of all the different size particles in the juice. I'm really not a big fan of juices that are so thin that they don't have any particles, because I believe you're leaving nutrients on the table that are all coming out with the pulp. So that's another reason why I love the Nama J2, a slow juicer running at 50 revolutions per minute. Doesn't put a lot of oxygen in the juice, but it does leave different particle sizes so you guys could have more nutrition. So if you guys haven't bought your Nama J2 juicer yet, do me a favor by using my coupon code ONEADAY, because I want you guys to drink one of these juices or your own recipe every single day and become a juicer for life. To me, becoming a juicer for life is a lot more important than just doing a willy-nilly juice fast, a one-time thing. You lose the weight, but then you go back to eating all the junk foods or processed foods and animal foods in excess and gaining all the weight back. By drinking 1 juice a day, you're gonna, number 1, make it a habit. I mean, I hope you guys have a habit of brushing your teeth each day. Juicing should be like brushing your teeth each day. You automatically brush your teeth each day without thinking about it, and I want you guys to automatically drink a juice each day without thinking about it. Because why? Because, I wouldn't sit there and eat a half a head of red cabbage, but I would sit here and drink this juice. All that produce was basically turned into these juices, as well as the pulp here. Look at this pulp, right? You guys can see the layers of the pulp. This is the cabbage pulp, the purple carrot pulp, the beet pulp, purple sweet potato pulp, and on the top we have the pomegranate pulp, right? When you drink the juices, you're basically getting extracted nutrition that has gone through the juicer, which does a big part of the digestion for you. It separates out the juice of the fiber that feeds you, is what Jay Cordich, formerly known as the Juice Man, taught me. It's easier to absorb, and you can get a lot more of this in you than eating the whole plant food, the vegetables especially, right? Most people don't like to eat their vegetables, but they will juice them, and that's really the benefit of juicing. It allows you to get more vegetables in you in an easy and convenient way, so you get all those water-soluble phytonutrients, right? Those anthocyanins, those betalains, the beta-carotenes, right? The lycopenes in the juices, and have them easy for your body to absorb, so you guys could get the benefits as I shared in that study previously. If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. More importantly, share this with other people that should start juicing once a day. Go on a juice fast, go on a juice cleanse. You could use these very juices to go on a cleanse. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss on new upcoming episodes of coming every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I'll show up, what new juicing knowledge bombs or juicers I'll be comparing, or new equipment I'll be unboxing so that you guys can eat more fresh fruits and vegetables in the best ways possible. Make sure you click the little bell to get notified as my new videos come out. And finally, be sure to check my past episodes. Past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 800 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to teach you guys all about how to juice and vacuum blend and how you can find the right juicer for you. So with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.